Death doesn't always knock. Sometimes, it slips in during the calmest hour, in the stillness of night, when the body is resting and the heart seems at peace. And some people simply don't wake up. They fall asleep and quietly drift away. No pain, no warning. But what almost no one talks about is that behind these so-called natural deaths, there are often silent habits that have been repeated for years. Small nighttime mistakes, hidden in routine, slowly draining health and shortening longevity without anyone realizing it. And no, we're not talking about major diseases or sudden accidents. We're talking about details. Sleeping in a stuffy room, taking a pill to relax without any medical advice, grabbing a late-night snack that feels light, lying down in a position that restricts breathing, or worse, brushing off that strange flutter in the chest or brief dizziness before turning off the lights. Seemingly innocent things, but combined, they form a dangerous and sometimes fatal pattern. A quiet time bomb that doesn't explode all at once. It just steals life, night after night. Here's the terrifying part. Most people never notice. Many even say, "At least he died in his sleep," as if that's a good thing. But what if that peaceful ending wasn't really peaceful? What if there were warning signs, ignored due to lack of knowledge, or worse, because it felt easier to pretend everything was fine? And what if that so-called natural death could have been prevented with one small change in daily behavior? The truth is harsh but undeniable. Many of these deaths didn't have to happen. This isn't just a health talk. It's a wake-up call, a serious, respectful conversation. Because old age demands extra care, and what seems routine could be silently pushing loved ones closer to the point of no return. But it doesn't have to be that way. With the right knowledge and simple changes, sleep can become a powerful ally for life, not a quiet threat hiding in your pillow. And once you understand what's really behind these silent departures, you'll never go to bed the same way again. Over time, we pick up habits that seem harmless until we find out they aren't. One of those habits is sleeping in a fully sealed room. Windows shut, doors locked, curtains drawn like we're defending ourselves from some invisible threat. But the real threat is actually inside the room. Especially in the senior years, a lack of ventilation can be dangerous to your health. That airless room becomes a trap. Oxygen levels drop. Carbon dioxide builds up. The heart works harder. The lungs get strained. And your longevity? It starts slipping away, silently, night after night. Now imagine a senior's body trying to rest in that environment. As they sleep, their heart struggles to cope with the CO2 buildup. Breathing gets heavier. And if there's any history of heart or lung issues, the situation becomes even more dangerous. Many so-called peaceful deaths during sleep are linked to rooms that were simply too closed off. What should be a place of recovery becomes a silent threat. And sadly, this is all too common. Many older adults think shutting everything tight keeps them safe, when it's actually putting their health at risk. Breathing clean air while you sleep is one of the easiest ways to invest in your health. It's not about leaving every door open. Even cracking a window helps. Letting a small breeze in, using screens to keep bugs out, or even adding an air purifier can make a huge difference. A ventilated room regulates temperature, reduces moisture, and helps your lungs do their job. No medications needed. Sometimes, the best fix is also the simplest one. Try this. Open a window in the back of the house, or keep the bedroom door slightly ajar. Start small. It might feel strange at first, but soon your body will thank you. Your mind will feel clearer in the morning, and sleep will feel like a true recharge, just like it used to in younger days. In this stage of life, the details matter. A poorly ventilated room might seem like a minor issue, but for an older body, it can become life-threatening. That heavy morning fatigue, lingering headaches, or shortness of breath upon waking might not be insomnia. It might be suffocation in your sleep. And if this happens repeatedly, the consequences add up fast. That's why caregivers and family members must pay close attention to the sleep environment. Is it stuffy, damp, moldy? These clues can tell you a lot. A good habit? Walk into the room in the morning before opening anything. Does the air feel fresh or heavy? That alone might be the difference between a restful night and a silent emergency. To sleep well is to breathe well. And no supplement, no herbal tea, no miracle cure will replace the power of oxygen. That's the real key to longevity. And when we think of how many seniors pass in their sleep, one can't help but wonder, Was it truly natural? Or was it preventable? In the search for better sleep, many seniors fall into a dangerous pattern, taking sleep meds without a doctor's advice. At first, it feels harmless. It's just a light pill, they say. But what seems light can carry a heavy price, especially when the body is more sensitive with age. Self-medicating becomes a quiet addiction. And the nighttime, instead of being a healing moment, turns into a chemical battleground. Over time, your health begins to slip, and longevity suffers in silence. Sleep aids alter your entire nervous system. They don't just help you rest. They slow down your heart, dull your breathing, and increase the risk of sudden respiratory or cardiac arrest during the night. The scary part? You don't notice right away. These effects build up. So when someone dies in their sleep, the real cause may have been years of over-the-counter pills and poor medical oversight. It's not an exaggeration. It's a silent epidemic. Now consider this. Most older adults are already taking multiple medications daily. Adding a sleep aid into that mix without supervision? That's a recipe for disaster. Even a mild sedative, when combined with blood pressure meds or antidepressants, can trigger deadly reactions. There are countless stories of seniors who never woke up, and the real culprit was a drug interaction no one caught in time. But here's the hopeful part. Better sleep doesn't always need a pill. Simple lifestyle changes, like turning off screens an hour before bed, sipping chamomile tea, diffusing lavender oil, or reading peaceful books like The Old Man and the Sea, can do wonders. Light stretching, warm baths, or writing in a gratitude journal can help the mind unwind naturally. Of course, some medical conditions do require prescription support, and that's fine when done responsibly. There are tests to measure how your liver and kidneys process these drugs. Dosages can be tailored, but it all starts with one thing: honesty. Talk to your doctor. Be clear. Don't let fear or habit lead your health down a dangerous path. In many cases, sleep problems aren't physical, they're emotional. Loneliness, anxiety, grief, or feelings of uselessness can keep the mind awake. No pill cures that. But conversation, therapy, companionship, hobbies? Those can. Seniors who re-engage with life, walking, gardening, playing with grandkids, often report better sleep naturally. The body sleeps best when the soul feels safe. That's why family, caregivers, and doctors must work together. The goal isn't to knock someone out at night. It's to help them rest peacefully, safely. And sometimes, that starts by removing that innocent-looking pill bottle from the bedside drawer. Because if you think medication dependency is the only hidden threat, wait until you see what a late-night snack can do to your heart. There's a tradition among many seniors: a little snack before bed. A bit of cheese, some crackers, toast with butter. Seems harmless, right? But what if I told you that these innocent treats could be quietly burdening your heart and slowly threatening your life? Because when the body should be winding down, it's suddenly working overtime to digest. And your health? It's paying the price. Let's break it down. That late-night bite reroutes blood to your digestive system. Meanwhile, your heart, especially if it's aging or weakened, has to pump harder. Your sleep becomes shallow. Your blood pressure might spike. If you have diabetes, high cholesterol, or heart disease, the risk multiplies. What begins as a light snack could silently trigger arrhythmias or even a cardiac event. And sadly, some never wake up to know it happened. For example, one slice of processed cheese can carry over 300 milligrams of sodium. Add in some white bread, margarine, and sugary chocolate milk. You've got a cocktail that weighs heavy on your heart. And let's not forget how food impacts your metabolism. The older we get, the slower we process things. What was once easy to eat now becomes a challenge to digest. Your liver works harder. Your pancreas pumps out insulin at the wrong time. Your gut disrupts overnight detox. In the morning, you wake up groggy, maybe with chest pain, bloating, or a strange fatigue. It wasn't insomnia. It was your body waving a white flag, overwhelmed. What can you do instead? Try calming foods: a small banana with oats, a slice of avocado, or herbal teas like lemon balm or passion flower. These promote melatonin and serotonin naturally, helping you sleep without forcing your heart into overtime. Swap salt for herbs. Stay away from ultra-processed snacks. And stop eating at least 2 hours before bed. Simple, powerful steps. Many people think eating well means eating what they like. But at night, eating well means eating what your body can handle. Food can heal, or harm, especially when the body is already more fragile. Those small, repeated late-night choices, they add up fast. And if food can create this much internal chaos, imagine the risks of sleeping in the wrong position. Some folks say, as long as I'm sleeping, it doesn't matter how. But that couldn't be further from the truth. How you sleep, literally the position of your body, can be the difference between a safe night's rest and a silent medical crisis. For older adults, especially, sleep posture matters more than ever. Sleeping on your back, for example, can worsen sleep apnea. The tongue relaxes backward, blocking the airway. Oxygen dips. The heart starts racing, and the brain suffers from poor circulation. This happens over and over again, sometimes dozens of times a night, and the sleeper doesn't even realize. The snoring? That's a red flag, not something to laugh about. It's your body begging for help. Add acid reflux to the mix, and the danger doubles. Lying flat, or on the right side, can cause stomach acid to rise up, triggering chest pain, coughing fits, or even choking. And if acid reaches the lungs during the night, it can lead to serious respiratory infections or long-term damage. These aren't exaggerations. They're real stories from emergency rooms all over the world. What helps? Sleeping on your left side, elevating your head slightly, using a supportive pillow to keep your spine aligned. These simple shifts can dramatically reduce pressure on your heart and lungs. There are even affordable foam wedges and adjustable beds for those with chronic issues. Tiny tweaks. Big difference. Also, pay attention to subtle signs. Do you wake up with a dry mouth? Chest tightness? Sore throat? These are all signs your sleep position may be harming you. And in the senior years, ignoring small signs leads to big consequences. To rest well is to sleep smart. Sleep is when your body repairs, but only if it's allowed to. Poor posture blocks that healing. And suddenly, what should be recovery time becomes survival mode. But if how you sleep is this powerful, what about when your body tells you something's wrong and you ignore it? In the quiet hours before bed, the body often whispers. A little flutter in the chest, a lightheaded feeling, an odd fatigue that doesn't match your day. Too often, seniors shrug it off. I'm just tired. But those whispers? They can be the body's final warning. And when ignored, they can turn bedtime into the beginning of the end. Many heart attacks and strokes give signs hours, even days, before they happen. A strange pressure in the jaw, cold sweat, an unshakable feeling that something's off. These are not signs of weakness. They're signals of survival. And far too often, they go unnoticed, or worse, dismissed. That's why developing a habit of checking in with yourself each night is so powerful. Before you lie down, sit quietly for a minute. Take a deep breath. Ask, do I feel dizzy? Is my breathing smooth? Is my heart calm? This simple scan can catch issues before they escalate. It's not paranoia. It's wisdom. And don't underestimate the emotional side. Grief, loneliness, fear, they manifest physically. A restless mind creates a restless body. That's why sharing, talking, and connecting is more important now than ever. True health in old age is about the full picture, not just tests and numbers. When your body sends a signal, listen. Don't explain it away. Don't wait. Because if you don't act, there might not be another chance. And now that you know what can happen when those signals are ignored, it's time to decide what you'll do next. Still think dying in your sleep is just luck? Or does it feel more like a silent pattern, one built on choices no one questioned? The truth is, longevity doesn't come from chance. It comes from awareness, from action, from respect for your body's rhythm, especially at night. Letting bad habits slide, brushing off discomfort, skipping small changes. These things don't seem urgent until it's too late. But now, you know better. And knowing is power. So what will you do with it? Will you go to bed tonight just like every other night? Or will you choose to listen, to adjust, to act? Because small changes save lives. Maybe even your own, or someone you love deeply. If this message hit home, share it. Don't keep it to yourself. Leave a comment, tell your story, and be part of the change. And of course, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and keep learning with us. Because peace, longevity, and safe nights are built one wise choice at a time.